Hello there, Talisman Raw Chicken, that hot guy, Monster Boy, Real Sad GD Noob, and Fill My Diddy. I'm not sure if we're gonna beat the game today. I haven't really done, like, any level of preparation for Plantera. I haven't even looked at the jungle, I think. And it'll probably come down to whether I feel like doing Duke Fishron. I don't think we're going to do the Empress of Light. It's be awkward to do. Hey, Steven's View, Mew, and Juan. We could probably beat the game today. 6 hours is about my cutoff time because I got to go shopping in about 6 hours, but we'll see what we can get done. What the hell was this character's name? Something sand related. Omelet? No, Omelet was the other guy. Sand. Shane? Shane D-Gun. Yeah. His name is made of 2 Hindi words. I don't know how to speak Hindi. How about we get last stream? We killed the mechs. And I didn't really have much issue doing it, so. I don't think Plantera will be a problem. Okay, I think we literally, like, just killed the, last mech boss. Let's get a pickaxe axe. Get a speed boosting reforge on that when I get the chance. Get these out of here. Keep my binoculars. We'll just go tear up the jungle for some chlorophyte. The Sandgun counts a gun for Shurmite armor. Sandgun would count as a specialist weapon. Not a gun. Guns fire bullets. Was Destroyer a piece of cake? Yeah, honestly, I think I had more trouble with the Destroyer than the other mech bosses. Don't have a good explanation as to why. I just feel like that fight was messier. Something about the angling or lasers or my defense or something. I don't know. So we can make hollowed armor. Do I want to make hollowed armor is the next question. I certainly think it... I don't really want to make chlorophyte armor. So I guess I might as well make hollowed armor. Pearl Sand deals the same amount of damage as Ebon Sand and Crim Sand, which is more than regular sand. It also pierces. The reason I'm using Pearl Sand is so that when I fire it all over the place, I'm not going to get corruption all over my world. That and I have a hollowed desert that I could tear up for sand. I don't have a, like, corrupted desert. Yeah, I'll make hollowed armor. Got just enough. Keep the adamantite in case I want that ammo reservation for farming, ammo or something. Okay. And we get a pirate invasion. Okay. Well. There's not really much for me to do to prepare. I mean, I have my sand gun. I shoot pirates. Just wait for him to show up. We're able to quickly mouse over my accessories. Obsidian shield, magic luminescence, white horseshoe balloon, frostbite boots, fairy wings, ranger emblem, warm scarf. I have a lot of defense because I have a warding and armored on a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it's probably giving me like 20 defense. Let's see, 4, 8, 11, 15, 19, 23. So that plus just the hollowed armor defense amount. You can also use shimmer to reforge things. If it's craftable. Can help with the more expensive accessories. Okay, well, Sandgun should shred through this invasion. Should have no trouble whatsoever. As long as I can keep the enemies in a straight line like this. I can't believe anything to threaten me. Now, the pirate captain is a little more of an issue, but honestly, even he we should be able to deal with fine as long as we can get horizontal. Honestly, the parrots are the most annoying thing here. Sandgun OP, you forgot it pierces? Yeah. Yeah, that's quite good. Definitely struggling a little bit with the pirate captain, though. Just his ridiculous HP pool. Favorite invasion is probably Old One's Army. You think it's pretty neat? Yeah, it's definitely mechanically the most unique of the invasions. Okay, can we kill this pirate captain already? Jeez. Whoops. Remember that killing captain spawns a boss? It does not spawn a boss, it spawns a ghost. Which is not very dangerous. Maybe killing the ghost spawns the boss? No. No, it doesn't have any relation to spawning the boss. How's it going? Oh, it's going pretty well. Hey, Tubbsy. I want to get my money back. It was really event with the intent of using a set and then you just don't use it. What, the Old One's Army? Getting like the armor sets. Okay, well, those are my money back. You know, the Flying Dutchman is just a random spawn. It doesn't... If, like, it might happen... It might have happened to you when you've killed the pirate captain, because that, you know, opens up spawn slots, and that enables stuff to spawn, but it has no inherent relation. It's just random chance that would lead to that. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, my voice cracked, though. I mean, the Sandgun, am I stupid? No, Sandgun's kicking ass here. This is doing better than a lot of well, a lot of early hard mode options. It's also doing better than a lot of pre-hard mode options, but I like that means very much. The Sandgun is the strongest weapon in hard mode. It very well could be. Zenith, eat your heart out. Thank you, Denhatem. As you can see, killing that did nothing. Doesn't even drop anything. There's not really any reason to kill them. Lovely base, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I do try. Sanded OP. I mean, the Sandgun's genuinely very good. I don't want to have to kill a Flying Dutchman with a Sandgun. the rest of the pirates are gone. I think people would use all the time if it wasn't so messy. Yeah, that is the one drawback. Oh, those don't blow up on platforms. Okay. But for a weapon you can get before any bosses, okay, there we go. You admire the dedication I have to Terraria? Thank you. It's like the grand design in slot 6? Yeah, it is. It's a wiring tool. Oh, I'm missing that last one. I look over the trees. Yeah, that's when I destroyed the desert. Ooh, and you get a black spot. It's actually kind of nice. Okay, let's see. Did I get anything of value from this goblin and from this pirate invasion? I got ants. Brand new pants, sailor pants. Golden clocks. Clean some of this stuff up. My base is finally going to succumb to the hollow now. No, we did not get anything. Okay. We got a cutlass. A cutlass and a pirate deckhand banner. Just shoot inside my house. Okay, well. I just got a lot of money, so that's something. Actually, like a comically large amount of money. Jesus, fuck. Platinum and a half. Isn't there some glitch to dupe sand without destroying the whole world? Yeah, but then I have to spend time doing it, and it's faster just to destroy the whole world. My house a little bug? It's a reindeer from Reindeer. From Rainworld. Rainworld. Okay, well, I'm gonna go tear up the jungle, but before I do that, I'll tear up some more sand from my desert. Do I have... No, I don't have any antlion mandibles. I only have one mining potion. Okay, hold on. Let me go get some more antlion mandibles. Although, honestly, like the amount of time that I have, I could probably just go tear up the jungle like this. Buy ale and shimmer to sand? You can, but that doesn't get you the good sand. That just gets you regular sand. Which I don't really want. Regular sand doesn't pierce. It's a lot worse. Doesn't pierce, does less damage. This the way to the jungle? Yeah, my jungle's gonna get fucked by corruption. Ah well, that's the jungle's problem, not mine. What building skills you have? Beautiful. Can you do some comprehensive guide to building video? I have a guide to building. It's like 5 minutes long. Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh no, I didn't reforge. Fuck. I suck. I suck. Do I have a potion of return? Damn it. I forgot to reforge my pickaxe axe. Come on. That's fine. Man, I'm gonna lose a bit of time on my mining potion to this. Still probably have like 7 minutes of it though. Frequently see people run a single cloud in a balloon over a bundle. Any mechanical reason? Well, the reason I don't have a bundle of balloons is because I don't have 3 balloons. Corruption spawning in jungle is the worst. That's not that bad. It's only really going to mess up the top of it. Okay, just... What? Okay, there we go. I knew I was forgetting something. Just the other day you saw a guy do a pre-HUD mode Calamity Fish run and only had 1. I kind of seem for like a challenge like that, you want all of them. I couldn't tell you why that guy did what they did. Like 1.3 where corruption was more likely to generate on jungle. On start. I should really hunt down these life fruit ASAP. I never got a staff. Okay, there's a staff for regrowth. I was about to say I never got a staff for regrowth. I'll take danger sense. There's a bulb here. That's good. What exactly does staff for regrowth do? The main usage for it is that it allows you to harvest herbs out of bloom, as long as they're planted on a natural block and still get seeds back. And it also increases the yields you get from herbs. You get more seeds, and sometimes you get twice the drop instead of just 1. But the main thing, at least for me, is harvesting out of bloom. Okay, another pair of water walking boots. Never got a obsidian rose though, so. Found wizard. Gotta head out. Alright, see ya. Local horrors beyond comprehension with sand. I got this. Thank you. Certainly hope I have it. That reminds me, I finally finished the fucking Mountains of Madness audiobook. It took so long to finish that. It's 4 hours and 15 minutes. The duration of the book, not how long it took to make. It took weeks to make. I had to re-render it because the first version had some like audio corruption issues because of the codec that I used, which for whatever reason my computer didn't like. Debating whether to make shroomite armor. I'd probably make shroomite armor. Means I have to make a place for the truffle. Specs do I have? I have an RTX 2060. which at this point is a decently outdated graphics code. But I am also poor, and graphics codes are expensive. And my graphics code works fine. Alright, my audiobooks to be found. Well, right now it's available on my Patreon and for YouTube members. Although the version uploaded to YouTube does have the audio corruption issue, so I need to re-upload it. And that'll just be public whenever I feel like making it public. I haven't decided when I'm going to release it yet. I think I'm gonna come back later to mine for life fruit, because there's really not that many that have grown as far as I can tell. We didn't take too long killing the mech bosses between each one. I think it was just, you know, night after each other. There's a lot of chlorophyte, but there's really not life fruit. Oh, we're at the last of my mining potion. So. Off to the left. Moth! 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 Fucking blue fairy hiding the moth, trying to conceal it from me. You scumbag. Never trust a blue fairy. If they're on screen, they're hiding something from you. They're deceptive and evil. No butterfly dust. I've never met a creature as vile as a blue fairy. Somewhere. You know, I bought the binoculars because I was considering, you know, using the binoculars when I see a life fruit pop up on the metal detector. But it's faster to just mine to the life fruit than it is to look on the binoculars to see if there's a life fruit. Or to see where the life fruit is. Did I get it? Up here? Yeah, it is. Fairy moment is going to lead you to the chest you placed. Okay. Let me take a quick trip to the shimmer. Oh wait, I have a pylon at the shimmer. I don't know if I took ambrosia, so I'll just make one on the off chance I didn't. Is the temple already found? Yep. Haven't made an arena yet, but... Okay, I haven't used ambrosia. Good. I used a, vital crystal? I don't think I did. Not that it's very good, but I mean, it's something. Fairy wants to try to lead you to a chest you had open. Yeah, they don't pay attention to anything other than the chest existing. They will happily just lead you to a chest you placed, or you've already looted, or it's just sitting there wide open in front of you, or it's 5 feet away from you. That B minecart. Alright, well, that's more chlorophyte than we'll ever need. I do want more mining potion, so I'm gonna head down to the desert and see what I can get there. A torch or copper coin to the left of my arena. Right there? No. I cannot. I would need to have a torch or copper coin on me, and I don't have any money. And I don't have any torches on me, so just not something I can do. That's the underground desert for you. Non-stop streams of giant fucking worms. Oh, why doesn't anyone like the hardmode underground desert? Why doesn't anyone ever come here? What's wrong with the desert? It's got such good items. Only reason that is that godforsaken lamp, which never actually drops. Yeah, I notice people like the basilisk mount too. But I think most people just get the wolf mount at that point. Well, speaking of which, let's get a lamp. I can't even get a lamp to drop because they don't move and they just sit on top of sand. Gimme. Give it to me. Okay, well, I'm out of here. Fuck this place. The lamp magic weapon is underrated. I mean, it's quite good. It's just not fun to get. Okay, well, got plenty of mining potions. Hopefully we never have to go back to the underground desert again. Let me pull out my pumpkin pie. We'll go tear up this hollow desert a little more. Ooh, a traveling merchant. I'd see, Jiron. Why do I mine so fast? I have the maximum mining speed. Every single tick of the game, which is 60 times per second, I'm destroying a block. So I destroy 60 blocks per second. And I'm doing that because I have an Ancient Chisel, which is 25% mining speed, plus Mining Pants, which is 10% up to 35%, plus a Mining Potion, that's 65%, plus a... Sorry. 60%. Plus a Pumpkin Pie, that's 70%. I also have Ambrosia, which gives me another 5%. I could knock off 5% somewhere and still be fine. And then the use time of my pickaxe, I don't actually remember what it is. I think it's like 6 or something after the reforge, and then with the mining speed buffs, that gets it down to 1. Thought the H Chisel was a thorium item? No, it's vanilla. It's vanilla, and it's very, very good. And it's good for basically the entire game. For an accessory you get at the early and pre-hard mode. 25% mining speed. I mean, usually you'll stop mining around... Chlorophyte's the last time that, like, you really go, like, mining for items, but you still might be digging out stuff, or building arenas, or clearing out spaces, and having mining speed for that's really nice. Does the Sandgun really use enough sand to warrant this amount of mining? Yeah. I mean, if I was, like 4 sand blocks per second or something. She's pretty fast. I mean, before I fought the mechs I had, I think... Well, before I fought the most recent mech that I fought, I think I had 2,500 sand. After that fight, I had 1,000. Okay, let me go clear out a space to fight Plantera. I'll probably do it next to the temple on account of it being immediately accessible and me being able to just pull out Golem to fight there as well. So, let me get... I have my mining stuff. I'll take Night Owl and Shine because it's helpful. Take a Potion of Return. And Obsidian's... No, I don't need Obsidian Skin. I'm not at the lava level. I don't think I am, at least. No, there's no way the temple goes that far down. Okay. On we go. Why am I walking there? I have pylons. Oh, 575 torches. I have the mummies up. I had the mummies up. No, I love the environment. That's why I want to destroy it and repurpose it in a way that I like. If I hated it, I wouldn't be utilizing it. But I love it, so I want to make use of it as my primary method of attack. That's true love. What did I forget? Chisel. It's always the chisel. Yeah, somebody was asking how much of a difference one tick of use time is. You could see the difference in how fast I was mining between those two. The Dryad is weeping somewhere, not my problem. let's just do it right here. Seems like a fine space. Poison. I dropped like spider. The spider wasn't the problem, it was the bat. They're not doing the unholy water run. You have my word that I will never play the entire game with unholy water. This pylon is not in the correct biome to use. Ah, I see. Come on, really? Problem is, this is in the hollow now. And this isn't a hollow pylon. I do it from here. Come on, I have to physically move. Okay. Happy? It's in the correct biome now. Just break the progress, it'll regrow. I mean, I'll have to switch that to a hollow pylon. That's a problem for later. It's late enough now that I can actually move in NPCs. Should let me reduce the spawn rates here and make it a lot less annoying to build an arena. Oh, I have a hunter potion. Where did I pick that up? Why not contaminate? I don't have a contaminator. It would cost like 2 platinum to get a contaminator. I don't want to spend that money. Why not use my super mining speed to destroy the pearl grass? Because it will grow back, and also that's my house. Life fruit needs at least one mech to be killed. To be killed to spawn. But, Dryad... Painter, I think that's fine. Where's my painter right now? Painter's up there. Dryad's there. Alright. Thankfully we have a bulb pretty close by, so when the time comes, it shouldn't be too tough to spawn Plantera and bring her down there. That'd be cheaper from you. Let me move in Squire Slime. Get town spawn rate reductions. Okay. And now we can mine in relative peace. Is that enough space? Yeah, I think that's enough space. And maybe we go down to here. I don't know. That's probably good enough. Maybe go a little further down. Maybe down to here. Peace candles are an option, or I can just put in a house. I've imprisoned the tortoise. He can never escape that jail. And Mr. Lot mech's pretty easy then? Yeah, we did mechs last stream, which was on Sunday. And I spent the past 2 days editing an audiobook. Last you checked, I was pre-boss. When was the last time you checked? Saturday? Friday? Oh god, he escaped! One hammer first slot is insane? Why? for when I need to hammer things. Sometimes you just need a hammer. Did I never get a new hammer? I mean, there's not really much reason to get a new hammer after getting the bone hammer. I mean, it can make destroying walls slightly faster, but if you really want to, I mean, you can get a new hammer, but the only real advantage to it is faster wall destruction. There's not like anything new you're able to hammer that you weren't able to hammer before, and the bone hammer is pretty fast at destroying walls. It's not the fastest, but you know, unless you need to really destroy a ton of walls and you can't use explosives for some reason. That's correct. I'm not polyhammerous. Dynamite? Yeah, I do. Hopefully that'll clear out that water. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that, JG? You just got here. Top 10 weirdest questions to enter stream chat and say unprompted. Okay, well, this Plantera arena is just about done. I'll line the bottom with torches. I'm not going to put any platforms in the middle, which should make it easier. Because then I don't have to worry about shooting downward. Yeah, pizza's great. I love pizza. Although I usually just end up getting cheese pizza whenever I get pizza. Which is really just for economical reasons. Because you have to pay for toppings. And it's cheaper just to not get any. I mean, I like cheese. Cheese is nice. I'll tell you, the one topping I do not fuck with and cannot stand on pizza is sausage. I do not like sausage. And it's not just on pizza. I don't like sausage, just like, period. Did I extend to pepperoni or, like, physical sausage? Pepperoni's fine. I really don't like the pork in general. I mean, like, I'd prefer another meat over pork, but I don't like the spices used for sausages. right? And I also don't really like the texture of sausage as a meat. I like the mouthfeel of it. Yeah, I've never liked, like, breakfast sausages. I've never liked sausages on pizza. Hold on. I need to adjust in my chair real quick. Hey, Vicious. Now, this arena is a little narrow. Maybe I'll extend it a little further to the side. But hot dogs? So I like beef hot dogs. Not as big of a fan of pork hot dogs, but like... A pork hot dog is the kind of thing that I'll eat if offered, but I'm not gonna, like, buy. But, like, you know, if I'm going to a cookout or something, somebody's making hot dogs and they got pork hot dogs, you know, whatever, I'll have a hot dog. Great discussion. It's important. Hot dogs are a vital part of American culture. And knowing where people stand on hot dogs is critical. Hot dogs are disgusting to you. I do think the preparation of the hot dog matters a lot. I usually like a nice blackened hot dog. Whether it be on a grill or just like in a pan, as opposed to like a boiled dog. I don't really fuck with boiled hot dogs much. What condiments? Ketchup or mustard. I don't really get more than that. You will tolerate hot dogs if you're in a setting where you cannot sit down. No, I used to eat a lot of hot dogs. Because, you know, economically speaking, great value. You get, you know, a pack of hot dogs is 8 in a pack. You get them for on sale like $3 or something. You get buns and, you know, 2 or 3 hot dogs. That's a meal. Never tolerate hot dogs. Well, yeah, you're a vegetarian. Like dessert pizza? No, they feel too, Do Americans seriously boil hot dogs? Some people boil hot dogs, yeah. That's the, you know, the, like the hot dog water? That's what hot dog water is. It's the water from boiled hot dogs. You've heard about people drinking hot dog water? Yeah. See? You don't get water from a hot dog if you... I can't use that pylon. If you grill it. And also an integral part of American culture, the Sonic the Hedgehog popsicles with gummy eyes. I found these, trolley gummy worm popsicles in the grocery store, and I bought them. And they, one, they look like a vibrating dildo on the packaging. And 2, they are a gummy popsicle. Like, they're flexible. They shake. And they feel like a gummy texture when you bite into them. Except it's also, like, ice cold. You've had them before, they're addicting to you? I thought they were disgusting. I, like, spit out the bite that I had. It was a horrible texture. You put mustard on a hot dog? Sure, go for it. Do what you want. But yeah, I largely stopped eating hot dogs because cutting down on, like, the preservatives and nitrates and whatnot. Ooh, fuck. There's a lot of those in hot dogs. Same with pepperoni. But anyway, yeah. If I were, like, if cost weren't an object, I don't really like vegetables on pizza that much. Particularly crunchy vegetables. I don't like having, like, a wet crunch on my pizza, right? As far as meats, if it's not sausage, I'm happy with it on a pizza. But honestly, I'm very happy with just getting cheese pizza. In general, I'm just happy with pizza. I like pizza. Shrimp on pizza? No. 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 I will not have seafood on a pizza, okay? I know I said I was fine with meat on pizza, but what the fuck were you doing up there? I draw the line at seafood on pizza. Egg on pizza? I've never had egg on pizza. Any meat on a pizza is horrible. What do you put on your pizza? Ghost peppers on pizza? Sounds like something my dad would eat. French person detection? Is that a French thing? Pineapple on pizza is underrated? I don't like pineapple. On pizza or not, I just don't like pineapple. Any of you happy? Man. Go walk to my desert pylon? One might judge boiled hot dogs, but at least it's not boiled pizza. Well, it'd just be like a pizza soup, right? Nah, I don't think I would eat boiled pizza. I considered it, though. Pineapple hot dog. That demon altar done put cobalt on my house. That wasn't there earlier. Pizza soup sounds like a college student struggle meal. Sounds awful, but watermelon pizza is so good. I really hate So, one of the things that I really dislike is going out to eat at restaurants. So, there are like two philosophies with seating designs in restaurants, right? Some of them will have like booths and spread out seats, and it will generally be a very quiet, peaceful environment. And then some restaurants will just cram every single chair and table into one room with no walls, no dividers, and just it's a constant stream of noise everywhere. You can't even hear the person next to you that you're trying to talk to. I hate restaurants like that. I went out to eat yesterday at a place for Father's Day with my mom, sister, and grandparents, and it was a miserable experience trying to just sit there in a wide open room filled with people talking and just incredibly loud noise constantly. And the thing is, like, it was not a cheap restaurant. I mean, I know for people in countries or in cities where food is more expensive, this might not seem like that much, but it was like, it was pretty pricey for US food prices. It was like $15 for a chicken sandwich, and I think that went like pasta dishes and stuff. They were like 25 or $30. It was a lot of money. And the whole place was trying to be like upscale and fancy, and it was just miserable eating there. It was some like Italian place. And then I also hate going to places like that because I always just feel bad for my mom. Because she was going there for like Father's Day or whatever. Take my grandparents out to eat. And like I intentionally, when I do that, try to spend as little money as possible because I don't want her just like picking up a very expensive check because she's the one that always ends up paying for it. But it feels like other people don't like take that consideration into place and just order like, you know, $35 pasta dishes, and she's sitting there with like a, you know, $180 check. And that annoys me. I don't like that. I think all the liquids are gone now. God, and the other thing, this just kind of happens with like spending time with family in general, but like I always get interrogated about my life. From my grandmother in particular, she just has this like I get why, like she wants to like know what I'm doing or whatever, but there's like this non-stop stream of questions about things that I don't know. I haven't thought about them. I haven't. Like, I'm moving out of my sister's place in a couple months. And just, like, non-stop interrogative stream of, like, oh, what are you doing? Where are you going? How are you getting there? What are you bringing? Are you getting a U-Haul? Are you going to rent a truck? Who are you going with? And, like, I haven't even considered one of these questions. And it's just like... So, I don't know, overwhelming? Or... stressful? Every time you see someone knowing they're going to, like, rapid fire quiz you with a bunch of questions. Okay. I need to kill these guys. Yeah, my sister's home right now. Would you go to a pizza here almost give you a heart attack and made you go berserk? The best restaurants here have smaller separated rooms with some tables in each room. And I like restaurants like that. And there are plenty of restaurants like that. It's just the one that I went to was not like that. Okay, let's see. If I move in, wizard here. And then move out the zoologist. I think I can get a pylon from the wizard. Okay, she hadn't moved in. Okay. Yeah, but it's also the sort of thing like you can't just tell people. The spending money thing when going out to eat thing in particular, I feel like I'm not the one paying, and I can't just sit here and be like, hey, have you considered not ordering the most expensive thing on the menu when somebody else is paying? My food ended up being free, though, because there was a hair in my sandwich, and I was like, hey, there's a hair in my sandwich. Yeah, I am really glad that I finally finished that audiobook. Because I started that weeks ago and have spent a very long time working on it. And it feels nice to finally have it out of the way. I had like 16 hours of raw footage to cut through between like line reads and stuff. And the problem is there's not 16 hours I can do in a row because I have to go sit in a hot closet for hours. And, you know, sitting in a hot closet in the summer, you know, under thick linens and blankets for acoustic dampening. I can only do that for maybe, like, an hour tops. So then breaking that up into, like, a bunch of different recording sessions over, like, literal weeks. And it has to be in the closet because that's the only place where I have, you know, decent acoustics for cutting out background noise and not having, like, reverb and stuff. Just easier. The audiobook with the Sandgun. Oh, Sandgun. Easily. And you have to do the awkward, like, mic shuffle, where I only have one mic, and it's the mic I'm using right now. So I have to shuffle this back and forth between my closet. Whenever I, like, finish recording something, I have to go, you know, play a game with somebody or stream. So I'm just constantly moving my mic back and forth, then I have to adjust the volume level on my mic, and then... He's got nothing. Anyway, point is, I'm very happy to be done with it. Even a super cheap restaurant where you go, sometimes it's 2 inside per room, 1 outside and 1 inside per covered, divided in €30 per person. Is €30 per person cheap? Because that doesn't sound cheap. Olden Army is pretty good for gold, yeah, if you sell all the banners and stuff. €30 is like 34 USD? Yeah, I know. I know, that's fucking expensive. Per person? $34 per person is a pretty damn expensive restaurant. Most times I go out to eat, spend, you know, $20 a person, maybe? Okay, should be set for Plantera. I'll leave my hollowed armor back on. €30, incredibly cheap for a restaurant? Not in the US. Oh, including wine and coffee? Wine and coffee at the same time. I guess that's fair. If you're adding in drinks, that would raise the price. Usually I would just get a water, which is free, and then it's basically just the price of the meal. Okay, I guess we'll take Night Owl. It's nice. Okay, I think we are ready for Plantera. A wing upgrade would have been nice, but, you know, whatever. Your sister, who doesn't have a job, always asks for basically the most expensive thing in the menu at fast food places. Gotta love paying 8 to 10 PLN, around 250 for a 250 milliliter Coca-Cola. Damn. Okay, the bulb was up here somewhere. Something pink. Something pink. There was a bulb up here. Was it? Okay, let me just walk up there. You know, let me wait for this blood moon to end first, actually. By the mobile biome? I don't see it. Cheap in the US for a sit-down restaurant with tip is like under 20 US, which is about 17 euros. Yeah. Sounds about right. Why me? What? Hey, BC666. Definitely passed a bulb on the way down here. Is it up there? No, that's an altar. Was it over there? Okay, there it is. A bit further than I thought. No, this isn't folder worthy. Is she on screen? Yeah, she is. When void to include, then someone knocked on your door and it came knock void. Now, I have no idea what you're trying to say. Knock void. What about Neko Arc? Oh, their name is Neko Arc. Is it weird the Plantera's theme kind of spooks you out? I don't think most people are spooked out by Plantera's theme, but I mean, different people are weirded out by different things. Oh, I didn't bring arena buffs. I should have done that. Oh well. Are they in here by any chance? No. That's a gnome. Best I can do is one gnome. Whatever. You understand that? Just imagine hearing the theme randomly whilst you start drinking your morning coffee. I don't drink morning coffee. I don't know what that would be like. I can't actually remember the last time I had coffee. I don't know. I know a lot of people that are like very nearly dependent on coffee. And I don't know. Never wanted to get into that situation. Too lazy to make coffee exactly like you. Wow, the Sandgun is so good. It's pretty solid for a pre-boss weapon. I mean, it's good damage. You're a tea main? Tea's alright. I usually just drink water, though. Really don't want to drag out this part of the fight. Is it addicting? Coffee? Coffee can instill a state of your body feeling very lethargic without caffeine. If you regularly have caffeine to like wake you up every morning and get you active, and then you go to not having caffeine, it can make you feel really, lethargic. And you have a difficult time doing things without caffeine. Keep messing up the tail end of those. I don't have the flight time for that, damn. I'd really like to end this phase. But I really don't like this phase of the fight. The second half of phase 1, we start shooting balls everywhere. Okay. Well, take some time to try to heal. Damn balls. I really should have gotten my arena buffs. Having that extra HP regen for my Heart Lantern really would have helped you. A lot of things really would have helped here. Dig a hole at the bottom of the arena so balls will fall down. That's not going to help. Yeah, I probably would have been fine if I had actually bought arena buffs. These platforms, they fall through platforms. If I did that, I would have to make a giant space underneath me, and at that point, I might as well just make the arena twice as big. I would be fine if I bought the nose too, but I'd rather not use her if I can avoid it. Right? Like, if I'm gonna fucking make a giant thing down here for balls to fall through, why not just make the arena twice as tall? Right? But no, that was more of a preparation issue. I forgot that I hadn't brought the arena buffs. Where are my arena buffs? Go over by the dungeon? Yeah. Where does my magic conch go? Am I blind? Yes, I am. Is join Post-Plantera going? It's going fine. It'd be nice. It's another issue with this too. I could meaningfully improve my speed. Really. Used to reset when I don't care. I'm not putting rails in the arena. What? I must have clicked the forest one. Come on. One, two. Three. Okay, do I have any other bulbs nearby? I had found some other ones, but I don't think they were nearby. I'll just dig around a bit till I find another one. Maybe in the meantime I find a moth, which would be really nice, because getting butterfly wings would be a really lovely upgrade, because I'm not used to doing this with pixie wings, and the flight times were not what I was expecting. I suppose I could get life fruit too. Some more might have grown by now. Spelunker potions. Moth! 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 Mimic. Moth! There it is. Okay. Please drop me butterfly dust. There we go. Okay. Well, with the wing upgrade, we should be fine. Look around for some life fruit and for another bulb. There's another bulb. Okay. Sure. Let me... I'll use out this potion... Well, the potion buffs I have. See if I can get the rest of the life fruit I need. I need 10 more. Oh, 11. I already ate one. Did I pick up the one that I broke over here? I dropped it. Oh well. Yeah, if I did, I can just find another one. Two beautiful ancient chisel mining potion food buff? Yeah. And mining pants as the last bit to get me to the cap. Okay, well, with butterfly wings, I feel a lot more confident fighting Plantera. Swing down left. There it is. With a chisel stack with Hand of Creation? No. Take these hunter potions. That should be pretty nice. With the safety a lot. Seems a lot fast. Yeah, I mean, when you've got this many mining speed buffs, you really cut through stuff fast, especially... Well, I'd actually be doing any biome at the same speed now, but... in pre-hard mode, you can cut through the jungle really fast, because it's largely mud. And mud is very easy to mine through. Since it's a soft block like dirt. Okay, I didn't see about the spore. 6, 5 more. Makes sense considering the chisel used to make it? Yeah. Another bulb there. Chisel is a must accessory. It's very nice to have, yeah. It definitely feels a lot more painful having to do a bunch of mining without it. Usually that only happens to me in like multiplayer playthroughs where I end up getting one or somebody else was doing mining stuff. And then the few times I have to go mine during playthroughs like that, it really feels like it drags on. Right down here. Only need 2 more. Do I have a forever world kind of thing? Nah. I just make new worlds. How do you get the chisel? It is found in the underground desert, specifically the top 4/7 of the underground desert. If you are at the depth where you find bath statues, thunder zappers, and storm spears in chests, you are too deep to find the ancient chisel. It is found at the same depth that you find Dune Rider roots, the snake charmer's flute, and the magic conch. And it's not the chisel alone that's doing this. I mean, I have other mining speed buffs too. The mining potion, which you also get in the desert. Food buffs. And I have mining pants. One more life fruit. Like it was maybe up. Maybe just straight right, actually. Yeah. Okay. I will say the one thing that I don't like about having a high mining speed is when you are in the snow biome mining ice. Yeah, Starfury is not going to help me here. You think the position would be opposite? Yeah. How faster mining speed does Powder Gate give you? I think it's 30% for 2 minutes. The only annoyance with it is that you have to reset it constantly. Which, particularly when your inventory is getting filled up with items and you're getting rid of stuff, it can be a little annoying. I don't like this as much. Just the really basic ice-breaking noises. It's a lot more fun to mine through, like, mud than having to have this sound on loop for, like, 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, well, I will shimmer my fairy wings and make butterfly wings. Chilled also sucks? Yeah, that too. But Snow Biome doesn't have enemies that go through blocks, so it's a positive and a negative. Let's not talk about the next update. Okay, well, hopefully that should get us there. I mean, yeah, I used like 1,000 sand just in that. Between when I got sand and fighting Plantera there. It's like I do use a lot of sand. We're not super sand efficient. Okay. I've got my buffs this time, and I have better wings, so should hopefully go a lot better. Do I have different keybinds for inventory slots? No, I don't use keybinds for inventory slots. Close this door. Okay, and the bulb was right down here. Yeah, there it is. I'm not insane. It's not that weird. It's not psychotic behavior. Not using, just using the scroll wheel to go between your inventory is not weird. Just gonna go left. You don't use binds either? See? It's not that weird. I swapped something. Didn't I? When leading Plantera back? Did I? Maybe not. Doesn't look like it. Scroll is more comfortable and faster for reaching 9 and 0. Exactly. And I have my Sandgun on 0, so why would I, you know, reach across my keyboard to hit 0 when I can just scroll through it? Use E for inventory? I use E for quick heal. I use escape for inventory. Use tab for quick heal? I use tab for mount. And just click the icons after 5. Or like, just go up to here and just click those. Okay, if you think I'm weird for scrolling, what about click in the hotbar to change your item, okay? I respect it. Because I don't know anybody that does that, and it's an amusing concept, but that has got to be the less popular option, right? Hopefully you have a weapon, the damage is really good. Yeah, it compares to the Phoenix Blaster. Unfavorably, the Phoenix Blaster is better, but the damage and use time is similar. And the Phoenix Blaster can easily kill Plantera. I've done it plenty of times. That's part of the mouse one only challenge. Use a foot pedal. You just have your inventory and pick up the item you need. Well, that's more reasonable than clicking on the hotbar, to be honest. Does the Phoenix heal the Golem? Phoenix Blaster is not great for Golem. It's usable. But Plantera is a pretty squishy boss. She has the same amount of HP as Skeletron Prime, but she doesn't have any of Skeletron Prime's hands. So she's decently susceptible to just, you know, straight damage for face. She got the tendrils, but usually they don't end up being too much an issue. I'm hoping I can just despawn those fire tendrils if I hang over here for a sec. Yeah, I did. Okay, that's nice. God, this sand is gonna kill my holy protection buff. I want to cling to over here, hopefully, so that I can get some of those hooks to despawn the tendrils on them. You unironically click on the hotbar to change items. Your left hand is glued to WASD. Okay, but why not the scroll wheel? Like, why is... Why is moving your mouse up there and clicking on the item preferable to just... oh, fuck you, Plantera. Just using the scroll wheel. Oh, his other hand is glued to WASD as well? F for grapple? I use Q. Okay, that wasn't bad. Getting the butterfly wings really helped. Makes it a lot more comfortable. Okay, I guess I can do the thing that I never do, which is actually make a mushroom biome. I suppose we could... You know, Shromite armor seems reasonable. Well, like Master Ninja Gear? No. Okay. And yeah, we're already down to 2,000 sand. Well, no, it was specifically against Plantera doing circle strats that maybe like once I lost it. But against most bosses, it wouldn't be an issue. Is sand finite? No, I can dupe sand with ammo reservation or just shimmer ale from the tavern keep for more sand. So. It's currently the middle of the day. Ideally, I would move the Dryad into a mushroom biome somewhere. I already have a mushroom biome down here, so I just have to pop it down here. But I can't do that until nighttime, so... I won't be able to start getting Shromite until then. In the meantime, I guess we could kill Golem. Right? I mean... Why not? Okay, well, there we go. Doing some crazy stuff. Ah, she's a little hoikin. I like hoiks. Hoiks are fun. I don't like you, though. The moss won't hit. I like you guys. Like watching the stream. Well, except for that guy that asked if I was a cuckold. That was a weird way to start a conversation. Okay, seriously? What? Come on! Spawn rates are wild. It's not a blood moon, right? No? I guess I'm far enough away from the NPCs that don't count as being in a town. Calming potion time? Well, no, it's not like the enemies are gonna They don't pose a threat. They're just annoying. If the NPCs die, it doesn't count as a town anymore. I mean, NPCs still reduce spawn rates even if it's not a town. The problem is, on the floor here, I'm too far from the NPCs for it to count. How do I plan on beating the Moon Boy? Shoot him until he dies? It's not really much of a strategy beyond that. I don't need some secret tech or anything, I just shoot him. You know, I mean, it's definitely worse on Golem than it is on Plantera. This is not a good weapon for Golem, by any stretch. But it's fine. It works. It's like the game doesn't even acknowledge there's a boss spawned in right now. Mr. Phoenix Blaster? I'd rather have a Phoenix Blaster than this. Thing is, Phoenix Blaster can use special ammo. So I could be applying debuffs. If I wanted piercing, I could just use high velocity. And I also get the bonus damage from the bullet, which in hard mode can be pretty substantial. A Sandgun, Phoenix Blaster, Venus binding the other weapons of their kind? You mean like pistol type weapons? No. I mean there's Flintlock pistol, there's the revolver, there's the Undertaker. I think that's all the handguns. I mean, I could make Sandgun inflict frostbite with frost armor. Uzi? No. We're talking about handguns, not stuff that uses high velocity bullets. The Uzi's not a handgun. The Uzi is not a handgun. It's a fucking automatic, like, submachine gun. Dart pistol? Yeah, but it's not a gun. When I did handguns only, I'm pretty sure I didn't count dart pistol, because it didn't quite fit the bill, and it was an excuse to use the Phoenix Blaster for longer. Uzi is an automatic pistol. Last time I checked in, like, the last Call of Duty game I played, I'm pretty sure that Uzi counted as in the submachine gun class. If you want non-auto fire, then the Venus Magnum doesn't count as a handgun, because Venus Magnum has auto fire now. Oh, the other important thing to keep in mind when it came to my ammo usage is, I could have done this in a way that would allow me to keep my ammo, but I'm not. I lose my ammo when it gets shot. By that logic, the automatic Glock is a submachine gun? No, I'm pretty sure the automatic Glocks in Call of Duty are just considered pistols. Alright. Seems like Garo versus Darkshine? What? I have no idea what that means. Is it Contaminator for corrupting sand? No. The Uzi in real life is a submachine gun. It's a hefty weapon that requires 2 hands to fire. Try holding with both hands. It looks cute in smaller video games, but it's pretty big IRL. It looks big in Terraria. Have you seen the Uzi sprite? That thing's big. That's a big weapon. Does Phoenix Blaster have auto fire? No, Venus Magnum does, though. Venus Magnum's the only handgun with auto fire. Well, Dart Pistol is auto fire, but... Have you used sand guns? Different sands do different damage. Any of the biome sands, so Crimson, Corruption, or Hollowed sands, deal 5 additional damage and pierce. Speaking of biome sand, we're gonna have to run through to our Ebon sand supplies. Shots count. They should rework Reforgers. Yeah, I mean that's why I made that video about it. Need a Sandgun upgrade like the Star Cannon upgrade? I wouldn't put it past them. Sandgun that just shoots faster, does more damage. It's done even more sand. Alright, we want our Ebon sand now. Hard mode Sandgun would be nice. And with how powerful the pre-hard mode one is, I think a hard mode upgrade to the Sandgun would, like, genuinely just be very, very powerful. Glorified sand for homing. Yeah, I mean, you saw how good it was just against the mech bosses and stuff. Like, it was a respectable weapon. If you get a more powerful version of that, that would genuinely just be good. Like, just a very powerful weapon. Use mud for ammo, get a mud gun. It would be viable? It's viable now. Viable just means that something's possible. It doesn't mean that it's good. Viable gets mixed up a lot with competitively viable, which is used in multiplayer games to refer to something that is able to be used effectively within the meta of that game. So, you know, a certain build might be viable because it's competitively viable and you can use it to effectiveness in a multiplayer game against other players who are competing with you trying to do better than you. But in a single player game, viable just means that it's possible, that you can do it. So in Terraria, basically anything's viable. I beat the game with a lawnmower. The lawnmower is a viable weapon. If you're on Don't Dig Up, and on Classic. Because the wall of flesh, and mech time limits. Flare gun's viable. Okay, well, that was easy. Interestingly, the spawn seemed to have stopped in his second phase. Okay, I'll move Dryad in here. Okay, let me destroy this forced pylon, because it keeps thinking I'm clicking that, and it's not letting me teleport back. No sunstone. Got a pickaxe axe, though. Mushroom grass seeds. Let me move the dye trader back in here. And then let me enable this house and move the steampunker in here so I can get steampunk wings. Two platinum, 67 gold. Oh, ammo reservation would have helped my ammo troubles too. Oh, let's get a range buff. Keep it. Shiny stone's nice to have. Get rid of these butterfly wings now. Don't need beetle husks or anything. And I'll keep beetle husks just in case at some point I want beetle armor in case something goes south somewhere. Is unholy water viable? If you want to don't dig up seed and could manage to kill the wall of flesh with it, it would be viable. Let me make a surface mushroom biome, and I'll do it right side of the world. Maybe on the top of those living trees. Violence means that's kill the wall of flesh. If you want to don't dig up seed, yeah. The wall of flesh and the mechs are generally the only thing that are going to make a run not possible. Always don't dig up so special. It removes time limits from bosses. Which means you don't have to worry about a time limit for the mech bosses. Now you wonder what is not viable? It's difficult to find a weapon that can't kill the wall of flesh on a large world. On classic difficulty. I have an idea. Shield Cthulhu Dash is viable? I'm not actually sure how that would go on the Wall of Flesh. On account of the Wall of Flesh's damage and awkwardness of knockback, but probably. Oh, yeah, let's not do that. Hold on. Step inside for a sec before that motion probe gets triggered. I think it's below me. Paintbrush, golf club, reindeer, picture of Albania, scissors. No. It's not done yet. You'll probably get it when I finish. There we go. It's a guitar. This is like the circle part of the guitar on the bottom, and then you have like the guitar strings. And then these are like music notes coming off the guitar because somebody's playing it and like making music. It's a guitar. They're music notes. It's the fucking, you know, the music note. Looks like the N with the little, like, ball on the bottom. I built them upside down. No, I didn't. Did you use tuning pegs? I don't know much about pegging. Okay, now we just put the mushroom on. I can't even look at this and see something that isn't a guitar. Right? Somebody said like a soup spoon? Are you kidding me? Soup spoons don't have like multiple strings. That'd be a really silly looking soup spoon. I'll play the new Minecraft music disc? No. Good enough? Not yet. Not good enough? Please tell me that wasn't the cyborg that moved in here. Okay. Alright, now we wait. Where's my Willy? There's Willy. Yeah, it's for sure, mate. Nah, nothing good. Man, I don't look forward to doing the pillars with the Sandgun. I really don't look forward to that. Let me get some more sand. I am relaxed, Knockboyd. I'm always relaxed. Yeah, you can't just win pillars through attrition. But it's gonna be slow. Sandgun shoot through wall hooks? I don't think so, but I'm not certain. It has a weird thing where it can't go through platforms. But I think that's only if it's angled downward, so maybe? Is a dono world at any point for more sand? Nah. We don't need to do that. No, I think Terraria's new textures look better than the old ones. I do think the old ones had a nice charm to them, but I think in terms of the overall game, the new textures make it feel better. Well, I wasn't searching for sand. I knew it was there. I didn't have to find it. I'm using a pickaxe. I didn't see myself use a pickaxe. Did you? I didn't see it. See the vision for the house? Thank you. Thank you. Next question, how many glowing mushrooms do I have? Not many. Okay, on to glowing mushrooms then. It's like 750 for an armor set, maybe more. So we have a work cut out for us. Oh, we'll move on to a new mushroom biome. Use the Sandgun in your first playthrough, now vultures spawn in the underworld of that world. You don't mind accidentally doing damage to enemies with pickaxe as long as the bosses are taken out with the Sandgun. Okay, there's one to the right there. The other mushroom biomes? No? Those are the only two mushroom biomes I found in the world? Seems like it. Okay. Well, maybe down to the underworld, then up. Bit further. Played the old gen console version of Terraria recently and it was so bad but kind of funny. I haven't played old gen console Terraria. Or new gen console Terraria. Just haven't played console Terraria. But... Come on. Can't mine into a skeleton archer like that. That's 44. I have just about enough. That should get me there. Okay. Need 54 chlorophyte. leggings, breastplate, and specialist should be this. 48. Yeah, it's definitely increasing specialist. Okay, that takes it up to 78 in stealth, 54 out of stealth. 54, 41 compared to... so 6 more points of damage and 13% more crit chance. Pretty solid. Yeah, 54 is respectable damage. That gets us probably around 300 DPS face value. I'm gonna tear up this desert as well. I'm gonna tear up this floating island as well. Just so when I'm fighting the Moon Lord up here, it's not gonna be a pain. You know, if there's one thing if there's one takeaway from this playthrough, it's that the Sandgun is genuinely good and definitely something to consider using on a playthrough. I mean, there are not many pre-hard mode weapons that can hold up this well into hard mode. In fact, outside of ranged weapons, I'm not sure there are any pre-hard mode weapons that hold up this well into hard mode. The Phoenix Blaster does. The Sandgun does. I feel like the Knight's Edge really falls off. And mage weapons, I mean, maybe Demon Scythe, but like... eh. Man, those sand sharks. Come on. What do you... Wait, that shark's just in the water. You can't do that. Okay. I would like to express my dislike of this particular biome once more. Okay, well, 4K sand's definitely enough for the Lunatic Cultist, which is our next boss. Which I guess raises the question of, do we want to fight Duke Fishron? Because I could. Do I want to? Not really, but I guess it'll demonstrate the effectiveness of the Sandgun against Duke Fishron. Would be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, it's gonna go fine, right? Like, it's just a good weapon. It'll kill Duke Fishron with minimal difficulty. It's not... The fight's not really gonna be interesting. It's just... Actually, you know, here's your homework. Here's a little take-home assignment for you watching. You can go fight Duke Fishron on your own and see how effective the Sandgun really is. Red removed Akram, Outdriver, HHG, and the rest because he's petty and angry of them adding them without his permission, so he stole people's items. That's certainly one way to put it. I think it had more to do with the fact that they weren't very good. They were basically just palette swaps of existing content. And I think they also... didn't they change the studio that was working on, like, console Terraria? And those were, like, some of the things were references to the old studio anyway. Red just hated Akram. He didn't make Akram. And he didn't like it straight up. I mean, that's reasonable. I never fought Akram, so I don't have strong opinions on him, but... All the old gen console armors were literally just palette swaps. Part of it was that the third-party companies that Relogic trusted with the ports added stuff in, which made it without Relogic's knowledge. It was Engine Software, yeah. 505 Games, I think, is the current one. I think it was Engine Software before. I could kill an NPC with the sand projectile that spawns after hitting a wall that could fall on NPCs, but it'd be very slow to do at this point because they have high defense. Let's see what bring up legality when they're talking about the removed console content. What do you mean? Like the company was like in breach of contract or something, adding content that they weren't licensed to do or something? Taking people's items is never okay. It's unfortunate, but it's pretty common in games for items to be removed or swapped with other stuff. I mean, Terraria is hardly the only company to have ever done that, and it sucks, but it happens. The engine software content was bad. I haven't played with it, but from what I've heard, that's what it sounds like, yeah. Oh, a lace wing. I'm not going to fight the Empress Flight, I don't care. Okay, we'll have to go catch a... Catastrophic worm. I'm doing fine, Milk. How's your day? The console area mod? I'm not sure on... I had heard things about the console area mod going, like, up and then down. I'm not sure it's, like, legal for them to do. So I'm not sure, but I think there's a console area mod. It's illegal now, it wasn't back in the day. Okay. Alright, let me, I'm just gonna do this now. It's a convenient time too. Just to make sure that I do not run out of sand during any of these fights, so I always have something to attack with, I'm just going to get like 12,000 sand. I'd rather they spent their time working on stuff other than Frost Legion. I mean... Okay. Ammunition should not be an issue. Removing content is always bad. That is not true. There are times when removing content is absolutely justified and reasonable, especially if that content is bad. Having a more streamlined game that has less content that's better is better than a messy game that has a lot of content that's not good. Some content makes other content worse, yeah. More content doesn't mean better content. Isn't Frostleaf the only pre-Moon Lord renewable source of snow? Only source? I think so. That's the idea behind it, is it's how you get snow in worlds that existed before they added snow. The Arch-Wyvern was peak. The Arch-Wyvern was just a fucking wyvern colored orange, right? What do you mean peak? That's the laziest enemy idea I've ever heard of. You just take a wyvern, which is already, like, not a super exciting enemy. It's just a worm that flies, and then make it orange. Arch-Wyvern also did insane damage and had boss health. Was an exciting enemy? I don't know, biomimics are cool. Bloody Eel is Arch-Wyvern but cooler. I played Dark Souls? Yeah. Yeah, I like Dark Souls. Let me get my arena buffs from Plantera. Oh, did I already grab them? Do I wear plaid? Not really. I did already grab it. Favorite Souls game? Dark Souls 1. My like of Souls games, I would list them in release order. 1, then 2, then 3. I'd put Sekiro above Dark Souls 2. I haven't played Bloodborne because I don't have a PlayStation. And Elden Ring... I don't know. It's near the bottom. I don't like Elden Ring that much. I mean, Sandgun's going to do well against the bubble attack. As you'd expect. How do you feel about Night Rain? I haven't played Night Rain. I don't plan to play Night Rain. So the concept of Night Rain in general doesn't really excite me that much. I mean, I like roguelikes and I like Souls-likes, but the concept of like a multiplayer roguelike Elden Ring thing, I didn't really sound that great to me. Oh wait, that's not my pixel. I don't know. Like, conceptually, it seems like the type of thing that I would enjoy either of those things individually more than I would enjoy a mix-up of both of them. And I have also heard, I had a friend that had played the network test, and I'd also just, like, looked at Steam reviews and a couple other things, and it seemed like the content in the game was kind of light, and it was largely just reusing existing content, either from Elden Ring or the Dark Souls games, which... not super interested in that. The obligate multiplayer thing, or nearly obligate multiplayer thing, like, I like multiplayer in Souls games, but I also like playing solo, and it seemed like the game really wasn't set up in a way that'd be super fun to play solo. The biggest hiccup to me is the fact that it's $40. I didn't like Elden Ring's DLC that much. Elden Ring's DLC was $40, and I immediately afterwards was like, wow, I would have rather not purchased this DLC. I would have rather spent that $40 on something else. And I get the distinct impression that I would have the same opinion towards Night Rain. Good, half of it is new, and it doesn't reuse that much from other Souls games. Apparently, it's mostly Elden Ring remixed. Okay, but Elden Ring is my least favorite Souls games. I would rather they repurpose stuff from other Souls games, because then maybe I'd like it more. In the same boat, when you played with some friends, to change your view on it. Yeah, but I have to pay fucking $120 between 3 people in order to get 3 copies of the game to play. I don't want to do that. Yeah, the thought of replaying Elden Ring actively fills me with dread. As opposed to every other Souls game, which I'm actually like, yeah, I'd like to replay that. You know what I'd rather spend $40 on? Sekiro. And just go play Sekiro, because I don't have Sekiro on Steam. I only played it on console. I'd much rather spend $40 on that. DLC is a scam. You shouldn't have to pay to get all of the game's content. No, I think DLC is perfectly reasonable. You get all the game's content, and then they release more content, and you have to pay for it. I mean, developers have to spend money. Well, they have to, you know, they need paychecks. They have to get paid. They can't just sit there and work on a game. Most developers cannot just sit there and work on a game indefinitely for free. They have to make money, and DLC lets them make more money off their game and keep working on it. You know, it's a completely reasonable practice, and it's a very old one in games. It's just how developers are able to keep working on something and add more content to it. Like, free updates are nice, but most developers can't afford to just work off of the copies that are getting sold and not have more income stream. Update should be free like in Terraria. Terraria is an exceptional outlier because it is an extremely popular and successful game from a small company that has already made plenty of money off of it, and they don't... Like, I'm sure they have enough money that they could retire and never work again, and they'd be fine. A lot of times DLC is just covered at the base game to be sold later. In modern gaming, yes. I don't think historically that's the case. It's $10 with free updates, and it sold fucking hundreds of millions of copies, or like tens of millions, probably tens of millions of copies. Like, you can't use Terraria as the baseline for every other game. Yes, there are plenty of games that could stand on their own, and there are games that have predatory DLCs. It doesn't make the concept of a DLC predatory. Like, the concept of a DLC is fine. $64 million. Minecraft has 4 free updates a year. Minecraft is the most sold game of all time. You can't use fucking Minecraft as your baseline comparison for how, like, pricing models and shit for games work. You cannot use Minecraft. Hey, why don't all these other games just sell as much as the most sold game of all time? Right? I mean, if they just sold more than any other game in history and was a massive, massive pop culture phenomenon, then you know what? They'd be fine. They wouldn't have to charge money to sell DLCs. Like Skyrim's DLCs are bad? I think I've only got the DLCs as a bundle. I keep getting scratched by things. Minecraft is at best at 1.2.5. I don't remember Minecraft version numbers. Oh, there's a bubble there. Yeah, I don't want to fight Duke Fishron. This is not fun. Like, I could do this, but I don't want to. I have to have a second layer there, because the main thing that's throwing me off is just, like, getting hit in midair and then having that thing spawn in midair, and I don't want to have to do that. Alright, let's go fight the cultist. I think a skill issue to you. Well, like I said, you are more than welcome to play the game yourself with a Sandgun and fight Duke Fishron. It would recruit the Lunatic Cultist as a down NPC. You can tell how much fun I was not having by the fact I wasn't even looking at the screen and I was reading chat the entire time. I think that's a good indication there. I always do that? No, usually I look at the game more. Oh, let me, ammo box. I do Dark Souls challenge runs? I just don't think, like, I've done Dark Souls challenge runs before. They're fun, but I don't know. Feels like 10 years too late to be streaming that. I mean, at this point, I've kind of just gotten bored of this challenge, and I want to be done. I didn't want to fight Duke Fishron in the first place. I was just kind of doing it on autopilot, because I had started building stuff, but I just want to be finished at this point. Rather if I do daytime inputs with Sandgun? I mean, I could, but I don't want to. The Sandgun's not really, like, fun to use. All that's really happening here, at this point in the game, is I'm using a, like, slightly weak weapon to have a long and mildly annoying fight with various bosses. Was I bored with Lawnmower? No. I would say this is more boring than Lawnmower. There's not really any interesting Sandgun challenge. It's just shoot things and there's like a mild annoyance involved. We're also just at the boring part of the game. Win paint gun only? Never. I think the Sandgun was entertaining until Golem. I think Golem was the point where it just became like, okay, this fight is dragging on too long, and I kind of just want to be done with things. Like, it's working fine. I will win. It's just going to be a mild nuisance getting there. Yeah, I'm using Shroomiite right now. The build is a guitar? No, that was the other build. Win Psycho Knife only? The Psycho Knife is just a genuinely good weapon. There's no challenge there. Insert a low damage weapon which makes playthrough tedious only when? I don't know, I was thinking August, maybe? Yeah, the fact that the Sandgun is decent is what makes it boring, I think. Where it's not strong enough to actually deal with issues at this point in the game comfortably, but it's also not weak enough to make dealing with them interesting, so it's kind of just this very slow slog. Am I into mazes? I don't really do mazes. And I guess they're kind of cool, but like corn mazes? You like go to like farms in like the fall and like they cut out mazes in the corn? Hey, Saren, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the membership. Terraria, but you can only mine with copper tools. Pretty sure I've done that before, just by proxy. don't produce light that playthrough. I mean, can't really craft a better pickaxe. The brain suckler blindness too, and I think maybe I got a pick saw at some point, but studying for your final exams while watching this masterpiece? Nice, good luck. So the final exams in June? Well, I imagine you're probably not in the US, but it's pretty late. I would have expected most people's school years to be over by now. That or maybe it's just an atypical semester, like a trimester or something. Almost got in trouble there. If the falling sand off that eye had hit the wrong cultist, that would have been an issue. What only one weapon playthroughs are like fun all the way through? I think flare gun's fun all the way through. Flare gun's enjoyable. Yeah, I knew that, Nick. Flare gun is this but slower? No. The flare gun just shoots effectively. On the cultist, but in particular, the flare gun's pretty bad. But, for most bosses, the flare gun damage is very respectable with coast flares. You don't have to deal with randomly taking damage from falling sand or having to deal with, like, the, random blocks blocking you and stuff like that. And I think the flare gun is just, you know, conceptually more interesting. Phoenix Blaster only, I would say it's fun the whole way through. Although I don't know if that one really counts as a challenge run. Okay, well, the cultist's defense goes down quite a bit in his second phase, so hopefully it'll speed things up a little. Phase 2. Saw a turtle outside yesterday. That was pretty cool. I like turtles a lot. There's a pond by my house, so get a lot of turtles heading over that way. always admired the people who just have, like, the really big tortoises. They just, like, walk around on the street. Just seems really cool, you know? Do I like eating snails? No. No, I'm good. Alright, you guys can chill with the Terraria but with X thing. It wasn't really funny in the first place, and now it's just kind of devolving into an annoying spam. As far as I'm concerned, this is a pretty short fight, but they're in trouble discerning which one the Lunatic is. You can accurately predict where he'll be based on where you are when he starts doing the clone attack. He's never in the bottom left corner, and after that, I think he just picks whichever one he's furthest from. I'm not 100% sure on that description of it, but like if you're on his left, he'll be on the right. If you're on his right, he'll be up top. It'd be really cool to be able to clone yourself. Just like spontaneously make a wizard friend beside you that you could do whatever with. Now you have somebody like play a board game with that's a multiplayer board game, or like play local co-op in a game like Rain World where like the online co-op really sucks. Or like, oh hey, can you cut these vegetables for me? Just like summon a clone to cut vegetables for you when you're cooking. Meadow co-op? I tried Rain Meadow during a stream and it was really bad. In terms of like lag, which I think was also because I was streaming at the same time, but I could not play Rain Meadow. It was unplayably laggy. Couldn't beat Wall of Flesh and get Fixed Boy. You have Hornets, Imps, Bee Armor, and Snapthorn. Well, if you're struggling with the Wall of Flesh, you know, your best options are going to be swapping. Are you dead set on Summoner? Or do you want to just swap to a different class that'll be more effective? Because the Knight's Edge does really well against the Wall of Flesh. You know, range weapons, Phoenix Blaster, Hellwing Bow. They're both really good. I mean, Sandgun's solid. I wouldn't recommend the Sandgun, though. Given you have other options. I played Noida. I hated Noida. I despised Noida. Noida is the only game that I think I refunded on Steam solely because I just did not like it. I actually played it on stream because it was a... it was on sale at one point. I did like a poll and Noida won to play and vote. I played it for like an hour and a half or something and just could not stand it. Heard that Noida is a terrible game for the first, like, 50 to 100 hours. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like the type of game that, like, if I played it for a long time, eventually, like, once I got the game, it'd probably be fun. But I hated the learning process. And, like, normally I like the learning process in video games, but I was not enjoying Noida. Oh. I forgot what encyclopedia was. No, I don't think you have to be insanely autistic to really like roguelikes. And again, it takes hours to get good is not a good game. Yeah, ideally your video game should be something that people have fun with very quickly upon starting. As it's a good idea to, like, get people hooked. Have you played Hollow Knight? Yeah. I like Hollow Knight. Yeah, they have to do the payloads after this, and the Moon Lord too? I don't want to do that. Might just save this stream for another day when I feel like doing it more. I don't want it. That's gonna take fucking like 2 or 3 hours. They should have thought about making Terraria. Yeah, how dare they not keep in mind low damage challenges when balancing this game. Mining Terraria is fun if you don't have a clogged inventory. If you manage your inventory well, it shouldn't really get clogged. Actually look at the screen now because it walked into his ancient light attack a couple of times. He's dead. No, I mean, I'll do the pillars. I just don't want to do them right now. Because the problem is, like, once you commit to a pillar, you have to follow through on it without leaving the game. Otherwise, you lose all your progress on the pillar. I don't want to do that right now. So I'll just do this later. I don't know when I'm gonna feel like it. I'll feel like it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, after Golem, this has kind of just turned into a slog, and I just want to be done with it. That was an incredibly boring Golem fight. Duke Fishron is boring, and Golem was also incredibly boring. Plantera was fun, though. I enjoyed Plantera. Yeah, you can get a sneak peek of,
Chapter 1.
The audiobook I had been working on for a very, very, very long time. Hold on.
I am forced into speech because men of science have refused to follow my advice without knowing why. Our ship captains, J.B. of Mount Terra, powered up.
You get to see the paintings of Nicholas Rarick.
Mount Erebus. Look at the college library. Or in the dreaded Necronomicon, strange and disturbing Asian paintings.
Those strange and disturbing Asian
and
paintings.
Stranger and more disturbing descriptions of the evilly fabled integration. but it was the mountainside tangle of regular cubes, ramparts, and cave mouths which fascinated and disturbed us most. I studied them with a field glass and took aerial photographs whilst Danforth drove, and at times relieved him at the controls, though my aviation knowledge was purely an amateur's, in order to let him use the binoculars. Sadly confessed, the art of creating new life from inorganic matter had been lost, so that the old ones had to depend on the molding of forms already in existence. On land, the great reptiles proved highly tractable, but the shuggets of the sea, reproducing by fission and acquiring a dangerous degree of accidental intelligence, presented for a time a formidable problem. They had always been controlled through the hypnotic suggestion of the old ones, and had modeled their tough plasticity into various useful temporary limbs and organs, but now their self-modeling powers were sometimes exercised independently, and in various imitative forms implanted by past suggestions. They had, it seems, developed a semi-stable brain whose separate and occasionally stubborn volition echoed the wills of the old ones without always obeying it. Sculptured images of these shuggets filled Danforth and me with horror and loathing. They were normally shapeless entities composed of a viscous jelly which looked like an agglutination of bubbles, and each averaged about 15 feet in diameter when
15 feet in diameter when sphere. What is this about? The book is At the Mountains of Madness. It's one of H.P. Lovecraft's later works. It's about a scientific expedition from a small university in Massachusetts, Miskatonic University, that went to the Antarctic. And while there, they discovered the remnants of ancient elder life from a primordial Earth. And the whole book takes the narrative structure of one of the scientists coming back to warn others to stop them from going back to the Antarctic, because there's another expedition that was planned to go there. So he needs to explain what he saw, despite not wanting to because of the horrors of it, in order to ensure that others don't go back and unearth what they did. What's the book called? At the Mountains of Madness. I'll probably release the audiobook. Thing is, I have to re-upload this, because I can't do it like right now. Probably like tomorrow morning or something. Because the original version that I had rendered had an audio corruption issue. Who wrote it? H.P. Lovecraft.
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
I am forced
the original
to
one
speech
here.
because men of science have refused
If
to
you listen
follow my
closely, you can
advice
hear
without
some
knowing
audio
why. It is altogether
issues.
vivid and highly baffling myth cycle. On the one hand, sufficient independence of thought to will over. In the end, I must rely
You can hear
on
it
the
there.
judgment and standing of the few scientific leaders who have.
Is this like a sponsor? No. One, the books are in public domain, so like I'm not getting paid for this. Like, realistically, I like lost a lot of money doing this because I spent a long time working on this when I could have worked on something that would have been like successful. I just enjoyed doing it. I don't know. It's fun. Lovecraft died about a century ago. But yeah, all his works are in the public domain, and I also probably wouldn't take money if H.P. Lovecraft paid me, because he was like a very racist man. I wouldn't want to like actively support his prosperity. He was quite racist. But yeah, that'll be it for today. I might stream tomorrow. It'll just come down to how I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm up to... I had a package delivered. That's nice. Up to it at the moment. Finishing off this Sandgun one. So we'll see. Well, nothing here involves supporting Lovecraft because he is dead and has no heirs. Do I do this to every stream? No. Okay, well, I said this a couple times now, but yeah, bye everyone.